Hi, my name is Caroline. Today is the last day of 2020. Thank goodness. And this morning, I am going to go get my COVID-19 vaccine. Let's go. Amazing. There you go. Okay, I got my COVID vaccine. It's the last day of 2020, ending it with a high note. I'm so excited and so grateful to have received the vaccine. Receiving my shot, I didn't feel any pain. It was really quick, really fast, easy. Even now, about 45 minutes after receiving my shot, I still don't feel any pain. I'll keep you guys updated if I start to feel any arm soreness or anything of the likes, but right now I'm feeling super good and I've already got my appointment scheduled for my second dose. I can't wait. Happy New Year! Happy 2021. Goodbye, the mess of a year that was 2020. I'm here today because it has been it's been 26 hours since I received my COVID-19 vaccine, and I just wanted to give you guys an update as to any sort of symptoms that I've been feeling, and I'm happy to report that I haven't suffered any sort of severe reactions. In fact, the only sort of symptom that I've had is just an achy kind of shoulder where the injection site is or was. It's like the pain is like it feels like a bad bruise is how I describe it. It's kind of like, it's a little annoying, but it's whatever. I don't think it's anything worse than you might experience after receiving like your HPV vaccine or a flu shot. To put it on a pain scale, like with 10 being the worst pain that I've ever felt, aka like menstrual cramps, this would be like a 2.5. So really not that bad. I haven't suffered any sort of fever, chills. Actually, last night I had like the best sleep that I've had in the past 2.5 weeks. So you can add that to the list of COVID-19 vaccination symptoms is getting a good night's rest. Yeah, I feel great. I had full faith taking the vaccine, knowing the rigorous testing processes that vaccine makers went through, or Moderna specifically is the one that I received, all the trials that they went through to produce this vaccine, and I am just so grateful and amazed for all the hardworking scientists who were able to produce this vaccine so rapidly. Just to break down, I guess, the process of how I got this vaccine, my medical school was offering this to learners, given that we do have some in-person activities where we are interacting with patients. I feel really fortunate to, as an MS1, even to have received the vaccine. I'm hoping there might be some volunteer opportunities for me in the near future to help distribute more vaccines to others, given that I myself am now vaccinated. I received an appointment request from my school, set that up. I went in yesterday, December 31st, to a clinic, got the shot, sat in the lobby for 15 minutes for observation to make sure that I didn't have any adverse reactions. Nothing happened, went home, went about my New Year's Eve doing nothing. I wanted to share with you guys some of the resources that I received during my vaccines. This is these are some of the materials that I received, and I just wanted to review them with you guys. So first off are the screening questions. Do you have fever or illness today? Are you allergic to any of the vaccine components, which are listed down here? It's just a bunch of chemicals, I guess. If yes, don't proceed, as it's contraindicated if you have an allergy. If you're allergic to something in the vaccine, you shouldn't be getting it, because then you will be allergic to the vaccine. Have you had a severe allergic reaction to any vaccine in the past? As I'm sure some of y'all might have seen in the news, there have been like 3 cases of severe allergic reactions to the vaccine out of, again, this is like out of thousands that have already been received. So it's very, very, very low risk. Just something to watch out for if you have a history of being allergic to vaccines. Again, not something to worry about if you normally get vaccines on the regular. Have you received any other vaccine within the last 14 days? If yes, don't proceed. Have you received antibody therapy? Antibody therapy meaning for past COVID-19 infection within the last 90 days. If yes, don't proceed. I only have the ingredients for the Moderna vaccine because that's what I received, but the following ingredients include a total lipid content of 1.93 milligrams, SM-102 polyethylene glycol, PEG, 2000, dimyristoyl glycerol, DMG, cholesterol, and 1,2-disteryl SN-glycero-3-phosphocholine, DSPC. 0.31 milligrams of tromethamine, 1.18 milligrams of tromethamine hydrochloride, 0.043 milligrams of acetic acid, 0.12 milligrams sodium acetate, and 43.5 milligrams of sucrose. I have a history of having a hard time pronouncing chemical names and drug names. Every time I try to pronounce a drug name, my parents, who are doctors, they always inevitably end up correcting me. So I most likely said some of those ingredients incorrectly, but this is the list. If you're allergic to any of these things, I would not recommend you get the Moderna vaccine. Otherwise, you're probably fine. So just some facts. They give me a fact sheet on the Moderna vaccine. You're being offered the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine to prevent coronavirus disease 2019, COVID-19, caused by SARS-CoV-2. There is no U.S. FDA-approved vaccine to prevent COVID-19. The Moderna vaccine is administered as a 2-dose series, 1 month apart, into the muscle. So for a quick comparison, Pfizer, I believe it's also a 2-dose vaccine, but you get the doses 21 days apart or 3 weeks. And for Moderna, you have to get them 28 days apart or 4 weeks. Moderna COVID-19 vaccine may not protect everyone. As we've seen in the news, I think Pfizer reported a 95% efficiency rate and Moderna reported 94% efficiency. So again, that does leave 5 to 6% of folks who the vaccine might not work for. And then it just gives a little information on what is COVID-19, the symptoms, what is the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine. It's an unapproved vaccine that may prevent COVID-19. There is no FDA-approved vaccine as of December 2020 to prevent COVID-19. The FDA has authorized the emergency use of the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine to prevent COVID-19 in individuals 18 years or of age and older under an emergency use authorization. And we have more information on what an emergency use authorization is at the end of this fact sheet. Okay, so some things you should mention to your vaccination provider before you get the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine. If you have any allergies, have any fever, have a bleeding disorder, or are on a blood thinner like warfarin or heparin, are immunocompromised, or are on a medicine that affects your immune system. So I don't really know those drugs yet. I'm only an MS1. I don't know anything. Are pregnant or plan to become pregnant, are breastfeeding, have received another COVID-19 vaccine. So again, you should not get the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine if you have had a severe allergic reaction after a previous dose of this vaccine or have had a severe allergic reaction to any ingredient of this vaccine. Here are some risks. They report the risks of the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine. So some side effects that have been reported: injection site reactions, so pain, tenderness, and swelling of the lymph nodes in the same arm of the injection, swelling, which can feel kind of like a hardness in your arm, and redness. So for me, like I said, I've had some soreness in my arm, and I forgot to mention just a little bit of swelling, but that happens with every vaccine that I take. General side effects include fatigue, headache, muscle pain, joint pain, chills, nausea, and vomiting, and fever. Happy to report I have not felt any of those things as a 23-year-old. There is a remote chance that the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine can cause a severe allergic reaction. Signs of a severe allergic reaction, in case you were wondering, include difficulty breathing, swelling of your face and throat, a fast heartbeat, a bad rash all over your body, dizziness, and weakness. Okay, so if you are experiencing side effects, the CDC and FDA have a toll-free number, the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System. The acronym they give is VAERS, as if that's any easier to say, and a number 1-800-822-7967, or you can report it online to report your adverse side effects if you do experience any. You also have the option to enroll in this handy dandy new app. I don't even know if it's really an app, it's just like a tracking system that the CDC has provided called VSafe, aka Very Safe. No, I'm just kidding. It probably stands for Vaccine Safe. But it is as they describe it, a smartphone-based tool that uses text messaging and web surveys to provide personalized health check-ins after you receive a COVID-19 vaccination. Y'all, this is literally the future of medicine, personalized healthcare with text alerts. I'm like kind of joking because this is pretty low tech from a millennial Gen Z point of view, but I'm also not kidding because this really is the future of healthcare right here. So, through VSafe, you can quickly tell CDC if you have any side effects after getting the COVID-19 vaccine. Depending on your answers, someone from CDC may call to check on you, and VSafe will remind you to get your second COVID-19 vaccine dose if you need one. VSafe. You will feel VSafe if you enroll in VSafe after receiving your V vaccine. Yeah, so I signed up for it. Again, it's all text message based. I haven't gotten my first check-in yet, mostly because I signed up like 30 minutes ago, but I'll let you guys know how that goes. What else do we have on our sheet? Oh, here's something that some of you might find interesting or want an answer to. Where will my vaccination information be recorded? The vaccination provider may include your vaccination information in your state, local jurisdiction's immunization information system or other designated system. This will ensure that you receive the same vaccine when you return for the second dose. So it is important that if you receive Pfizer's vaccine, that you get the second dose of Pfizer. And if you receive the Moderna vaccine, that of course your second dose be of the Moderna vaccine. That is because I believe there are some differences between the two, even though they have the same sort of mechanisms, foundational mechanisms of how they work, which is mRNA. It is important that you receive the same company's vaccine for your second dose. What is the Countermeasures Injury Compensation Program? Now, this is something that I have never heard of before. The Countermeasures Injury Compensation Program, CICP, is a federal program that may help pay for costs of medical care and other specific expenses of certain people who have been seriously injured by medicines or vaccines, including this one. Generally, a claim may be submitted to the CICP within 1 year from the date of receiving the vaccine. To learn more about this program, visit www.hrsa.gov/CICP or call 1-855-266-2427. The more you know. What is an emergency use authorization? This is like 3 paragraphs long. Let me see if I can summarize it for you. The EUA is supported by the Secretary of Health and Human Services, HHS, declaration that circumstances exist to justify the emergency use of drugs and biological products during the COVID-19 pandemic. And that finishes our packet. And I got this nifty little card. My little vaccination record card that tells me that I received Moderna, the lot number, date, and who administered it to me. It feels so official. So everyone, I hope this gives you just a little bit of insight as to what it's like getting the COVID-19 vaccine. Again, I fully support and trust the scientists who developed this COVID-19 vaccine. I am extremely grateful to have received it this early on in the delivery and administration process. I highly encourage everyone to sign up for their COVID-19 vaccine when they have the opportunity to. And also a quick reminder to go get this year's flu shot if you haven't already. It is not too late. I will make another video if I feel any other side effects from the vaccine, but so far it's just a sore arm like any other shot. I think that's it for today's video. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!